What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Gaming with the Broscast, episode 218. My name is Harrison. I am joined by my brother Nick. As always, Nick, how you doing, buddy? On this long Memorial Day weekend,
It was so nice, man. I'm
dude.
doing
I
good.
had such a good weekend, man. It was,
It was great, dude. It
yeah,
was relaxing,
hmm
rejuvenating. Oh man,
yes,
didn't do too much. Played. Alicia played some golf. Went out and played 9 holes at
nice,
um just like a 3-par course, so it was
yeah,
super short, but a ton of fun. And then just like did like house stuff, cleaned up our garage,
nice.
uh, did some yard
Was it
work.
was it messy? It was just it got just a lot of stuff building up over time.
Yeah, you know how it goes. Like,
Because y'all do y'all
well,
park it? Y'all park in the garage?
yeah, yeah. We parked
Okay,
both cars in the garage. But like, as time goes, it's like, oh, like let's move this thing to the garage or let's put this in the garage. And you kind of just put it
comes like
somewhere,
a catch-all kind of place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
know
we
the
like
feeling.
took everything out, blew it out, swept, got all the spider webs off, all that stuff, and then threw a bunch of stuff away that we just didn't end up needing. So it was nice. Yeah. It's good long weekend. Much needed.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was much needed.
How's
Yeah,
yours?
we, it was great. We, Friday, the kids, parents took the kids to the pool. I met dad up there and we played tennis Friday, Sunday, and yesterday.
Oh my God.
Just getting ready because
Getting ready for big.
I got my first match tomorrow. So I got some new tennis shoes, got some sweatbands.
Now,
I'm
is this a 1v1 or is it a
yeah,
uh
it's a one-on-one league.
okay.
But we started last week, but I didn't play. 'Cause we had we've it's a I think it's a 3-person like match, but I guess you want to have more than just 3 people just in case somebody can't make it or something like that. But so I went last week and watched them play and met everybody. Um, and then yeah, just getting ready. Definitely needed it because like day one, like my stamina was not there at all. And like dad's like
He
he's
runs you
still
around the court.
really, really good. Um, so I was just working on my serve, working on my grip and stuff like that. And then yeah, by yesterday, like I was feeling really good and I could actually get some points on him and stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, it's been fun. And then we yeah, the kids were at the pool Friday. And then Saturday, they didn't go to the pool, but I took Kellen, we played some putt-putt, and then I took him over to our local park, and he had a good time there. And then we came back and we did like burgers and hot dogs, and we shot off some fireworks and stuff like that.
Nice.
And then Sunday was, I mean, other than going to the playing some more tennis, pretty chill. I went out and got Paper Mario. Still, I haven't played it yet, but I was like,
You
ah,
picked it up.
let me go to Target and just pick it up, so that way I have it. Um, and then yeah, and then Dad was like, hey, let's go out Monday and then get some more practice in. So
Let me
it was
ask
a
you, do you
great weekend.
do you have a two-handed backhand or do you have a one-handed backhand?
One-handed backhand.
Okay. I've
And I
never been
feel
good at
like
one-hand backhand.
I can almost get more power off my backhand
Like
than
with the
my
one really?
yeah. Like I can well after yesterday, dad was like, he's like, when you do your forehand, like it looks like it's wobbly. He's like, how are you holding it? And I showed him, and he's like, no, like make sure you're like completely wrapped around the handle. Um, and I adjusted it, and then I could actually control it. And like, because I was trying
Get
to,
power.
yeah, I was trying to like do it across the court, when you're trying to go to the opposite side where somebody is, and I kept trying to do that, and my grip was wobbly, and I couldn't do it, and then I would either hit it way too hard or it would hit the net. So I adjusted it, and I had way more control. But yeah, I feel like my backhand is like I can get like a nice slice in there, like I could slice it up. Yeah.
Well, you've got that ping pong slice too.
Oh
You've got
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you've got that good backhand in ping pong.
Yeah. Man, I wish. Oh, I want to get a new ping pong table. Um, our other one was done. But yeah, it was a great weekend. I can't wait for tomorrow. But yeah, it was fun.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Nick, let's start with Paper Mario because I haven't played this yet, but I obviously played it. Not obviously, but I played it. Back in the GameCube era. Um,
Obviously.
which obviously, which you never played. I don't think.
No,
So
no,
how are you liking this compared to, the other to Origami King and, like, Super Mario RPG?
yeah, compared to those, I'm really loving it. The story is so it's so funny, like, I've actually,
Yeah.
like, like, d done the chuckle here and there, like,
Have you
actually
laughed out loud?
I've LOL'd IRL. Uh, the story is great, man. I'm at the Glitzville the Glitzville town in the sky right now, like, I'm going through
Okay.
the arena,
Yeah.
so it's like you have to go through, like, 20 battles, and I'm rank 2, so I'm, like, pretty close to finishing
Okay.
that and getting the 3rd star. But, like, everything so far has been really great, like, the battles and the
Yes.
like, leveling up has been really cool, like, that's such a big improvement or not an improvement because it came before Origami King, but, like,
Yeah.
comparatively, like, the fact that, like, battles actually mean something in this game, uh,
Yep.
it kinda, like, pushes you forward, more so than Origami King did. Um, and then that, like, and the partners too, and, like, you get your new partner and they have this new ability and you think of all the places you can go back to, and it's kinda like Metroidvania in that aspect where you're like, "Okay, I can go back here and blow down this wall, or I can break this thing." It's like it always has your mind, like, working towards
Yeah.
something. "Oh, I can now do this, I can do this." Um, and all the partners are really cool so far. I think I have 4 at this point.
Okay.
But I'm really loving it, man. Like,
Hell yeah.
yeah,
Sweet.
it's real and I really liked Origami King, like, the story was really cool, um, like,
Everything
the
about
world
Origami
was
King
really
was
great.
fantastic other
Yeah.
than just the battles. Like, I hated the
Honestly, like,
battles.
the battles would have been fine if you would have leveled up. If you would
Yeah.
have gotten experience points or anything for doing those battles to make them
Yeah.
worth it. Because, like, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, like, playing Mario RPG, which was a really great game, and then playing this one, it's just, like, back to back, some really great Mario RPGs. I'm
I'm
loving
gonna be
it.
I'm
I'm
gonna be
loving it.
curious to see how well this sells compared to, Origami King because,
I
like
think it's tracking with it in
okay.
the UK because,
Okay.
like, those figures come out a little earlier.
Yeah.
So it's like it's doing as well, which is really good for a remake.
Yeah, I hope this means that they're gonna go back to the roots of Paper Mario and, like, the next one is
Yeah,
gonna be similar, like, battle system. I
and, like, Mario RPG did well, right? Like, it did
think
3
I think it
plus
sold a couple
million.
million, yeah, it sold, like,
Yeah,
yeah, 3 plus, so I think people love the turn-based stuff, like, I mean,
it works.
it works, and honestly, like, I wish Final Fantasy kinda would've continued that route, but, that
They
obviously
sh
that
Yeah,
and I'd be curious, like, if, like, the next Final Fantasy game they make, if they go back to the turn-based, um, or how it originally was, just
mhm,
compare how the sales were, or do, like, a I don't know, Final Fantasy X remaster, or I guess they already
something.
did, like, the remaster, like a remake or something like that, or I don't know. I just feel like we just don't get a lot of turn-based games anymore outside of, like, the 2D the HD 2D games, but,
Yeah, and I
I
feel
think
like what they could do and what really works for me is, like, the timing stuff with turn-based combat, like Sea of Stars,
yes, yes.
like Mario
Sea of Stars,
RPG.
perfect.
Yeah, yeah, Thousand Year Door, like, they all have, like it's turn-based, but there's also timing inputs that you need to do.
Yeah, it
That you
keeps you
can
engaged. It's not just
Yeah,
a boring turn-based. It's very engaging. Speaking of which, I did get the collector's edition on, Friday, so I opened that up
or
for Sea of Stars.
oh, yeah, yeah, me too. I think
Yep,
mine came Friday as well,
yeah.
somewhere on the wall.
So that was pretty. I haven't played it yet or anything, but I opened it up and looked at it. It's
D
really
Are you
cool.
gonna replay it on the Switch?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna replay it.
Nice.
Probably get through Paper Mario first and then replay it. But yeah, I'm excited to.
Are you
I'm
gonna
not
break
because
the
I have
Mario curse by actually beating a Mario game this year?
we'll see. We'll see. I should. I really like Paper Mario, and I only ever played it the one time, so I don't remember a ton
Mhm,
of stuff at the moment. I'm sure it'll come back to me while I'm playing, but yeah, I'm excited to dive in.
nice. Yeah, but yeah, Paper Mario has been just wonderful so far.
Yeah, sweet. Um, so Nick, you're on the final boss for Stellar Blade. I have finished it as of yesterday. Or no, as of Sunday night I finished it, I believe. Or no, I texted you Sunday about it. Yeah, I finished it yesterday. Um, really great game overall. I think it's an excellent like a Souls light. I would say is more in the
Yeah,
vein for
very
that.
light.
Um, and then like really great just combat. The combat feels so good. The dodging, the parrying, all that
Parry
stuff.
is like one of the best parries.
Yeah, it
It
feels so
feels so good.
satisfying. When you could do it. Um, yeah, and like again, I don't know why it took me so long, like over a month to kind of or yeah, about a month to beat it. But um, I mean, I was just doing all the side quests. Like I was just kind of just enjoying it and not necessarily rushing through.
Yeah.
Because you could definitely clear the game probably in under 10 hours if you wanted to, if you didn't do all the side stuff. But yeah, I really enjoyed just getting all the outfits and finding all the chests and stuff like that to level up level up Eve. The story is like I mean, it's there, but like you could definitely see all the twists and turns coming at
Yeah, it's like a knockoff of Near Automata.
yeah, yeah.
But
But still, it's
th
still an
th
interesting
yeah.
story, and it's set up to have a sequel, which Shift Up confirmed that they're going to be making one, or they're definitely thinking about making it. I'm not sure how well this game sold. I'm sure it sold pretty decently. Um, I don't know if they
Probably
put out
like
like
a
final
million
numbers,
plus.
but but yeah, I think it's a great experience. If the $70 price tag is turning you off, maybe wait till it's on sale or something like that. Because I definitely think it's worth playing, and it's not quite as like difficult as a typical Souls game. Although the latter half boss fights are a little bit more challenging than the
Mhm.
previous ones. But yeah, I think I really had a great time with it.
Yeah, I'm really loving it. Love, like, the exploration and, unlocking all the cool outfits and stuff. Like, there's some really
Yeah,
cool
yeah, there's some
stuff
cool
in this
ones.
game. I've, like, maxed out all of the enhancements you can do,
Yep, same here.
which I'm glad I did 'cause I don't know how well I would fare against these bosses without
Yeah,
it, but
you definitely
yeah,
need
you
to
definitely need it.
you definitely need it if you're playing on like the I guess standard difficulty because I know there's a story difficulty you can put it on there.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, it's great. It's a
It's
great game.
really great, yeah, it's one of those kind of like lost almost like a game that's, like, lost to time. It feels very, very nostalgic, but very modern. I don't know how to
Yeah.
phrase it, but
Yeah, it's like the old school, like, 3D kind of action, like Devil May Cry and stuff like that, which,
yeah,
um, we don't get a ton of those games anymore, so, yeah, it was refreshing to play this.
right, yeah,
It's good.
it's not, it's not your typical open world game. It has, like, 2 open world sections to it,
Yeah.
but you can if you want to, you can beeline those pretty quickly, but
Oh,
there's a
yeah.
lot to
It's a lot to do.
see, like, a lot of cool stuff to see in those sections, so I'd recommend just don't rush the story. Just do some side missions. Do some of like the more impactful ones,
Yeah.
like the not rescuing, but finding the shopkeeper's sister, uh, the bar with the singer, like
Did
doing
you
that.
did you find her?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe I know there
Well,
I you found her remains, right?
yeah.
Okay,
I
okay.
guess spoilers, but yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well,
I
I
didn't
was
know
I
if there
was
was like
wondering
a
if
time thing,
yeah,
like
it
a
was well,
if I did it earlier, maybe.
yeah, that's what I was saying, I was like, "Wait, you rescued her?" Um But, yeah. Yeah. I would say try to do some of those side missions.
Mhm.
They're really cool, and they're, like, super quick too, like, and I really like what they did in this game where if you do the side mission and you're done, it gives you an
You
option to teleport back to the person, which is really nice.
Yeah, and speaking of that, and going back to Thousand Year Door for a second, the only thing I don't like about this game is that you can only accept 1 side quest at a time,
In Thousand Year
and
Door?
yeah, yeah, like,
Oh,
there's, like, a
interesting, okay.
bulletin board where you can do some, like, really quick requests. Some of them
Yeah.
take you outside of the port city, others don't, but if you wanna, like, quit that request, you have to pay money
Oh,
to
weird.
stop it or to quit out of it.
And Stellar Blade, you can just stack up side quests like
Yeah, man,
like
you can
like
stack 'em, like,
crazy.
tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I did. I just stack them up, and then I go out into those hub areas and
And
just
then
do
you
them all
end up,
before.
like you end up completing them, like,
Yeah, super
accidentally.
super quickly, yeah,
Yeah.
but Cool. Well, before we jump into to Hellblade, been playing some more Fortnite. They just dropped season 3, and they added like it's like I thought it was going to be more Fallouty, but I mean, there's definitely
Yeah,
Fallout skins in the Battle Pass, but it's definitely more on the lines of like I don't know, Vigilante 8 from like the N64 era or like Twisted Metal. And then also a combination of the timing felt perfect for Mad Max, but there's no Mad Max in this battle pass or anything like that but it's pretty much like Mad Max. Like, I mean, you have like there's like boss characters that will be driving around in like this giant bus with like turrets and stuff on it, playing like metal music.
they
It's
probably
really
tried.
cool.
They
Yeah,
probably
they
tried to get it.
probably try and with every battle pass, they always have like a separate tier that's connected to the battle pass where they kind of unlock it over time. So that
Okay.
could be potentially something that they add in, but like the movie just came out, so I feel like that would have been the perfect timing. But anyways, so I guess with every season, like there's a big meta changing event that happens. This one specifically is the cars, like it's car combat now. Um, which kind of sucks. I don't necessarily love it, and Kellen also doesn't love it either. At first, I mean, it's really cool because like you get a car, which they've always been in there, but this time you can upgrade your car. There's these boxes that are laying around in certain areas where you can
Yeah,
get like a cow catcher, which is like the pointy kind of um I don't know the pointy thing that goes onto the front of the car where you can hit stuff with it. They've got like a machine gun
mhm,
you can now mount onto the top of it, or a grenade launcher on top. You can get like bulletproof tires and stuff like that. And there's also mythic vehicles to where if you fight these bosses and beat them, you can get their vehicle, and they are extremely overpowered to the point where even if you're not in combat, your car will heal itself on its own. So you have people that
okay.
will just get that vehicle and then just kind of ram through a bunch of people, kill them, and then drive
Heal
away,
up.
and then heal up and then come back. So, like, that's not a huge deal in just, like, the base game because like, the map is so big that, I mean, you may never see somebody with a car, just it just kinda
Yeah,
depends where you're at. But almost, I think, like, 9 out of 10 times, like, the end game when when you're in when the circle is shrinking, all it is, like, 3 people in a car just running around because you can even if you're solo, you can get in the car and then switch to the gunner and then switch back to the driver's seat. I mean, like you can like any kind of car game. Um, but then it's just that. It's just like people in the cars shooting at each other and then they're
like a
so
completely different
overpowered. They have so much health. Like it really, really messed up the end game, which I don't love. But
okay.
also it's like one of the best seasons for like movement because I mean that's a big part of Fortnite too is being able to move fast. Like they had like shockwave grenades where you can, you throw them at your feet and then they'll launch you up in the air. Um, those are already in the game and they came back for this season. But they
Mhm.
also introduced these things called like nitro fists, and it's like these two huge gauntlets that you have, and you can if you jump up in the air and you do like its thrust move, you can actually like fly through the air, and you can do it up to four
Pretty cool.
times before it needs to recharge. And sometimes if you're high enough, you may get 1 or 2 extra recharges, so you can, like, really zip across the map, and it's so much fun to use.
Is there fall damage?
There's not fall damage with that. There is fall damage, like, if you jump off a
I thought there
cliff or if you
was.
get hit by a car and you get shot up really high, you'll get fall damage. But with
Okay,
those specifically, you won't. So, like, you could jump off the cliff, and then right before you hit, use the gloves, and then you can save yourself from dying.
that's pretty
So
cool.
there's some really cool things. I mean, they have like a exploding crossbow that is really meant to use against the vehicles because it does a lot of damage. But again, some of those vehicles are so overpowered that it's like really frustrating.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, part of the season is really fun with the movement abilities and stuff like that. But especially the end game, it is just not fun.
That sucks. Yeah, because I thought it was gonna be more Fallout focused.
That's what I figured. And
Yeah.
they're in the trailer. There's this, like, zip thing or like a, something you can shoot on the vehicle and you can, like, surf behind. That's not in the game right now, so maybe that'll come, in a
Like, they
couple of
add
weeks
that
or
in later.
something like that. Um, so I don't know. It's interesting, like, I like it, but I like it pretty much to the when you're not in when you're not in a vehicle. Like, me and Kellen did, uh we did end up getting that one specific, like, mythic vehicle, and we dominated, like, almost to the point where I'm like, this is fun, but, like,
That's
it
fair.
feels, like, really unfair for a lot of people. And granted, a lot most of the people we were actually killing were just bots, but when we're actually war fighting, like, actual players, you're like, "Man, this feels so incredibly unfair to these other players."
Yeah,
Um, so, yeah,
it's tough. Yeah, I've heard, like, season 3s of Fortnite have not
not
been
been great.
super great. Yeah. Like, they just kind of, like, added something that just didn't mesh with the game, like, didn't really, like, vibe with the player base.
Yeah.
And, from what you're saying, this kinda seems to be the same thing where it's a cool addition in theory, but when it kind of overtakes the meta and changes, how you actually play the game,
Yeah, and I
kind of
don't
feels
mind,
bad.
like, I mean, the whole point of it is to shake up the meta and it be different, but, I mean, they've gotta nerf these they've gotta nerf the vehicles. They're
Yeah.
just way too overpowered. So, little frustrating because we were really, really enjoying the game. Um, but, yeah, we'll continue to play on. We played a little bit more today, and we had a good time, but we ended up getting killed a couple times to vehicles and stuff like that, so, a
Just
little
annoying.
frustrating, but it is
Yeah.
what it is. Alright, Nick, you have finished Hellblade 2.
Oh, yeah.
What are your overall thoughts of this game? And then comparing it to the first one.
Yeah, I guess comparing it is crucial since it's, like, so similar to the first one.
Yeah,
I think in terms of the combat and the friction with the puzzles, Hellblade 2 is better than Hellblade 1.
okay.
I think it does both of those things better. I think the one-on-one combat is a lot better than the first
Yeah,
Hellblade where, like, people can attack you from behind. You have to constantly watch out for all these other attacks that are going on, and, like, the combat wasn't really serviced towards that style of gameplay where, like, you're taking on mobs of enemies.
yeah,
So I think, like, Hellblade 2 feels a lot more visceral, feels a lot more, like, engaging, like, feels like you're actually fighting somebody, and, like, there's a lot more animations, like, that kinda stuff. Um, and I also think the pacing for this game is really great. Like, I finished it in 7 hours. Um, I never felt that I never felt that Hellblade 2 was, going too slowly or too quickly. Like, you have a lot of, like, walking pieces where you spend, 10 minutes walking from place to place, and there's a lot of dialogue, that kinda stuff.
yeah.
So if you go in expecting that, that's fine. If you maybe don't expect that, it can be a little bit of a turn off if you're like, okay, like, when are we getting to the next plot point? But I had my headphones on, had both voices in my ears. It was like a very immersive
Is it
experience.
2 or is it 3?
I guess technically, well,
Well, technically it's 4, right? 'Cause isn't it the 3 Furies that are in your head, and then you have,
is
like,
it
you're
three
also your
Furies?
fa
Okay.
I think so, and then you have your father, which that whoever does the voice acting for, like, the dad is, like, and I don't know that there may be, like, some After Effects going on,
Yeah.
but the booming, just really deep voice, like,
Yeah.
it's so cool, man. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's really, yeah. That voice is great, and yeah, especially in Hellblade 1, it was really great. The one thing I liked more, and maybe not just the one thing, but the thing I liked more about Hellblade 1 is it was a lot scarier. Like, it was a lot more atmospheric. And,
Yeah.
like, there were times where, and maybe it was just, like, me playing at night or me playing by myself, but, like, I was like, "I don't know if I wanna keep playing this game because it's, like, it's a little scary, man." Like,
Yeah.
it's like it's very dark, you got a lot of voices talking at you. Whereas in this game, like, it's a very beautiful vista, beautiful landscape, beautiful setting, but it aside from one specific chapter, which you haven't gotten to yet, but aside from one specific chapter, it really doesn't delve, like, into that kind of, like, darkness that the first game did. And
Y yeah,
that's one of my, like, biggest drawbacks with
and that
Hellblade
that
2.
could be just because, like, Senua just doesn't know she hasn't, like, accepted her mental stability yet probably, so, like, that's probably why the first game's a little bit darker, and this one, she's
Yeah,
overcame it, and she hasn't let go of the past, but she embraces it and, like, uses that as, like, um, a way to move forward. So,
and
maybe that's yeah,
yeah, and that's something you see a lot during this game, and that's, like, one of the one of the parts of this game that I really love is, like, you can see the progress that she's making, and she kind of,
yeah,
like, helps people towards that, and you can
yeah.
kinda see that towards the latter half of the game. Overall, I liked Hellblade 2 more than the first game.
Okay, that's good to hear
Yeah,
because I mean, I'm really, really enjoying what I played so far. It's like you said, the game is gorgeous. Did the first game was it also, like, in letterbox?
it was.
It was, okay.
Yeah.
That takes me out of it a little bit. I feel like it's a little bit blurry at some points with the letterboxing, like, it's hard for me to, like, really concentrate.
Mhm.
But, I mean, other than that, like, the game is still, like, absolutely gorgeous, like, everything is so
Yeah, it's, like,
finely
one of the
detailed.
best looking games I've
Yeah.
ever seen.
Yeah, it's incredibly, incredibly beautiful. Um, so, yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed the combat, it's very basic. Um, but and I've heard, of course, everyone's that probably either hasn't played the game or whatever has their opinions online. And you know what? I don't need every single game to be like have like a deep combat system. I think it's okay if like something's kind of basic and just telling a really fascinating story. I
Yeah,
don't need every game to be 15 to 20 hours. I'm okay with it being 7 hours or less, which is sounds like this is what this is.
yeah,
I know a lot of players, like, value, like, okay,
time,
money to time, like,
right.
that's where they really,
Dollar per hour, whatever it is.
dollar per hour, um, and yeah, I mean, there's plenty of games that you're gonna get a many of hours, but also there's a lot of games where I've played where they took too long to beat, like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, like, I really enjoy that game, but
Jesus Christ,
the
that
main
game
story took, like, 40 hours. I'm like, "This is
oh,
way too
whoa.
much."
40 hours is an understatement. That game took 80 hours if you really wanted to finish
But
it.
I did, like, a lot of side stuff too, like, I did majority of the side stuff, like, but I bet the main story was, like, 20 to 30 hours just on its own.
No, 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 no. I'm hard disagreeing with you. I didn't do a ton of side stuff, and I was sitting at, like, 50 hours, and I was like, "I have
Dang,
2
okay.
whole areas to go through."
Okay, yeah, maybe I'm just misremembering, but yeah, I don't need every single game to be a million plus hours, like,
Yeah,
it's totally fine, so,
like,
that
this is
whole
like a
argument,
three-night thing,
I
you know?
hate that, thing, like, I hate that argument, dollars per hour kinda thing, dollars an hour. Eh, just
No,
let the game be
no,
what it
no.
is. Like,
Yeah,
it's fine.
let it be what it is, and it's also on Game Pass, it's $50,
Yeah.
and even if it was $70, like, I think this is an experience or a game worth experiencing.
Yeah.
Like, it's a great story. Visually, it's stunning.
Yep.
Uh, the combat serviceable, like, you can change the I had it on the default, which is dynamic difficulty, so maybe I should it got a little bit frustrating towards the end because, like, I was like, "Okay, I'm parrying, like, I'm getting
Yeah.
the parry down in it, and it doesn't let me do the parry." And it's because it wants to make you feel like you're just barely scraping by.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what it felt like for the entire, like, latter half of the game. Um, but, like, it does a lot of things really well, and I think a lot of people had very high expectations for what this sequel was gonna be,
Yeah.
and saying like, "Oh, 7 years in development," which isn't the case, like, it was, really in development for 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
That first trailer was all there was of the game when it debuted in 2020. So, like, there were a lot of high expectations with this game, like, "Oh my gosh, like, the combat's gonna be so much better." It's a sequel, like, it's doing everything that the first one did, but
Yeah.
better.
You're not all of a sudden gonna have like God of War style combat, and I think that's what
Right,
people were
you're
like
not gonna have a leveling
expecting.
system and, different moves that you
Yeah,
can do,
because
like,
that's
it's
just
not gonna
not
be a
this
skill
type of
tree.
game.
Yeah.
That's just not this game. Um, okay, I'm glad you enjoyed it through and through. Did like the story? Did it pay off? Is there going to be? Did it set it up for like a sequel? Because they did say that they've already greenlit their next game, which I don't know if it's confirmed to be Hellblade 3, but
I don't think it is.
okay,
Uh, like it's set up for a sequel, I guess,
if you
but
wanted to,
not like, oh, this is what's gonna happen next with
yeah,
with cinema. It's kind of
okay,
ambiguous, but yeah,
yeah,
and yeah, the ending was really great. Like very, very, very impactful, like last image that you see,
okay,
where I was just like sitting there, like watching the credits with my headphones on, just like taking in the music and the like that, just the image of that final scene. It was really
yeah,
great. I would, yeah, it's shorter game. 7 hours was my playtime.
okay.
Which isn't that short, and like I explored, but I didn't like really like go out of my way that much to find stuff.
Yeah,
So
so far, like I'm gonna this is gonna be a kind of a negative term, but it does feel kind of like a walking simulator for a lot of the points.
yeah,
But there's a lot more going on than like a Gone Home or something like that. But um, yeah, there's been a couple spots where like you can see off the beaten path a little bit to find like the little tree or like one of those little posts that has like some story to add into the context of the area. Which I love stuff like that. Just kind of take a break from from the voices and stuff like
from the
that.
from the
Um,
moodiness of it all and
yeah,
get
but
away. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I'm excited to see it through, and I'm glad that it holds up all the way.
So you're at the part where you first see the joggers.
I got through that area and rescued that guy and like ran away from the I don't know what it is yet, but like that monster in the ground. I'm not sure exactly what it is.
Oh, okay, okay. But you haven't gone to his camp yet.
No, we just walked out of the
Just
jogger
walked back
camp.
up.
Yep.
Okay, okay.
So still very early in the game, but also maybe I'm like a third of the way through. I don't know. It's so short, but
Probably about
yeah,
a third of the way through. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, it's yeah, I really like it so far.
Nice.
All right. Anything else you've been playing?
I did get all of the eggs in Animal Well,
Oh, okay.
all 64. I used a guide for the last 10 of them.
Gotcha.
I was like, okay, I need to get through this. I got like the next ending, and I'm like, okay, I don't. I looked up like what I have to do next, and it's like ARG stuff where you have
Ooh,
to do stuff online and like get community help. And I was like, I don't know if
got
I
too
want to
many
do all
games to play
that.
right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like I
Nothing against
got
the game,
yeah.
but but I'm really glad I kind of completed those 64 eggs, because that was really fun.
Yeah, I'll get back to that game when I have some more gaming time because I've just got too
Mhm.
much stuff to play right now. Like I've got Lords of the Fallen that I picked
Still
up.
wanna Yeah, still wanna play that.
I bought Final Fantasy 16. I got that on sale. So I've got that sitting here. Then I've got Paper Mario back here. So I've got too much
What
stuff.
are you gonna play Paper Mario first, or are you gonna do Lords of the Fallen?
I'm probably gonna do Paper Mario. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to jump into something like Soulsy again
I don't
before.
know. Paper Mario, that's a good Florida game.
Yeah, and see, yeah.
Florida game. I don't know.
So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna play next. We'll see. All right, well, let's jump into the news.
Yeah, I got a couple of big news items here.
Yeah, so yeah, Microsoft confirmed that Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which is what the name is confirmed for Game Pass. I don't understand why there was such a like a hubbub about it coming to Game Pass or not being on Game Pass. Like it seemed like they already said that all their first party stuff was going to be on Game Pass. Now I understand that with something like Call of Duty,
It's different.
okay, it is different. You gotta okay, we're gonna lose a lot of sales, but how much, maybe Game Pass subscribers are gonna sign up. And I have seen a lot of people um say, hey, maybe this is gonna be the first Call of Duty I've played in 6 or 7 years, just because
Yeah,
most
I
people
mean,
don't want to spend
I'll
60,
play it.
$70 for a Call of Duty at this point. If it's just not your thing anymore. But yeah, I mean, I get both sides, but like I just always assumed that it would be more of a story if it wasn't on Game Pass, in my
Right.
opinion.
Yeah, be
Um,
yeah, because this is I mean, didn't they say that, all of not all of the, like, Activision titles would be coming to Game Pass back in 2022
yeah,
when they first announced the acquisition? Like, it's synonymous with what they said before, but it's cool to see it confirmed, I
it
guess.
is.
Like,
Yeah,
that's, like, the not surprising, but just kind of kind of a relief to hear that,
yeah,
they're
and
sticking with that
it's kind
plan.
of I'm wondering if like because it seems so random. It's like why would you announce that it's coming to Game Pass? It just but
Like, at this point in time.
at this point in time, but I really and I put a tweet out there, but I really think that they were probably starting to see some negativity about it, and like people not, you know, people didn't want to go into this just June direct with like what ifs. They want to know if it's coming, and then we can okay we can kind of take a sigh of relief, and
They
we
need
know
some
it's
good they
coming.
need good PR
They g
right
they
now.
need a good positive buzz
That's what
going
it
into
is.
this, so
Yeah,
no
like
more negativity for Xbox until this June direct happens, um, which I'm excited for. I'm excited to see what they've got, up their sleeve. I'm excited to get some release dates for their other games coming out this year.
we don't
Um
have it on here, but it looks like Doom,
oh, yeah, like a
that's gonna be
medieval.
revealed. Yeah, like the medieval Doom game, which
I don't know how that would work,
I don't know if
but
that
that
would
sounds really cool, and
yeah,
would you have guns, or would it be kind of like a Evil Dead, Army of Darkness kind of. I don't know if you've seen that movie, but, like, he goes back in time,
no, I haven't.
and he's got, like I mean, he has, like, a shotgun and stuff like that, but it's like medieval times, so that could be kind of interesting.
Yeah,
Um, but hell yeah. Did you play Doom, Eternal?
I played it, I haven't finished it.
Okay, that game is really good.
Yeah, it was really good. I don't know why I didn't finish it at the time. Maybe it was Animal Crossing that stopped me from playing it more.
Well, I don't think 'cause that I don't think that came to Game Pass day 1, did it? Back in 2020? Could they have they acquired Bethesda at that point? They may have not.
No, it might have been end of 2020 that they acquired. Oh, no,
Okay.
it was right before they launched the Series X or
Okay,
this
gotcha,
whatever.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah, so they added it. I think they added it in, like, 2021, so I ended up playing
you
through
played
it
it then
during
when
that
it came
time.
to Game
Yeah,
Pass.
when it came to Game Pass. But yeah, that game's really good. I don't think it's quite as good
Yeah,
as Doom
definitely.
2016, but it's still really fun.
What about it isn't as good?
It's kind of more of the same, I guess.
Like, too
Like,
much of the same?
yeah, it didn't really feel super different. Um, I mean, it's probably a better game, like, 'cause I think they no, because the chainsaw stuff was in the original one.
Yeah, yeah.
I think they
They
j
had
I
the
think there
hook
was
shot, right?
yeah, I think there was just, like, maybe too much stuff, like, for execution, you got a certain type of ammo, and the chainsaw
Mhm.
one, you get a certain like, it was just I think it was a little bit too much, to try to, like, memorize, like, in that super fast-paced combat. Um, but yeah, it's still yeah, it's a fantastic game.
That's right, yeah, 'cause they're like, "Okay, I need shield, I need health, I need ammo."
Yeah, yeah,
You have to do
shield was, like, one
different
thing.
things.
Yeah, it would I think it would've been and I think the original one, like, when you did an execution, like, you just got everything. And I think they tried to split it up, and I could be misremembering it,
No,
but
no,
I
I
think
think
that's
you're
I
right,
think
I
that's the
think
way
you're
it
right.
worked. Um, but yeah, great game. Yeah, I'm very excited to see what that could be. That sounds really interesting.
Do you think Gear 6 is still
That's what the rumor states that it's going to be
like a
announced,
reveal?
like
Just
revealed.
like a kinda like Gears 5 was, where it was revealed and then came out, like, later the next year, something
Yeah,
like that.
I think it'll be like a holiday release next year. But I think yeah, I think we'll get a reveal trailer. I'm excited. I would love to see Gear. I mean, Gears 5 was great, so I would love to see what else they could work with.
I'm just so curious on how they will do it. How they're
Well,
gonna do Year 6 with
are you talking about like the ending?
yeah.
Yeah, that's always yeah, it's always weird with those because like Stellar Blade, obviously there's multiple endings, and it's like what's going to be like canonically correct going forward.
Mhm.
So
Do they take, like, public
they
data?
done it. They've done it in the past with Carmine. It's like, did we kill Carmine or not?
Yeah.
And they ended up not
That'd be
doing it.
cool.
Yeah, I would imagine. I mean, they can do whatever story they want, I guess. But yeah, I think yeah, they should probably just look at the data and see,
Who
you
voted
know,
for who?
who
Yeah.
voted for who, and then go from there.
Spoilers, but
Yeah,
you choose somebody. Yeah.
yeah, choose somebody. And I think that's the only like choose thing in that game. So it's like
Yeah.
came out of nowhere, and I was like,
So
wait, what?
weird.
I was like, what? Um. So yeah, I don't know.
But sorry, back to Black Ops 6.
Yeah,
I'm excited. Like, excited for this, like, this, direct specifically for Call of Duty.
yeah.
I'll check it out. I mean, it's on Game Pass.
I I want it to be different because like I'm so tired of like the Call of Duty reveal where they have like a slow gameplay loop through some sort
It's
of
just, yeah,
mission
it's a
that's like
stealth
super
mission.
boring. Yeah, it's I don't know, and I don't know how they would do it. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I guess there's rumored to have some sort of like twin tower kind of thing. Like
Like some, yeah. I don't know if that's true, but
yeah, that would be kind of
that would
crazy. I don't
it would
know.
be crazy. I mean, they've done some, like, not question, like, they've done some crazy stuff in the past.
Yeah, yeah. Black Ops is probably the more interesting franchise of Call of Duty right now. Although Cold War wasn't, I don't think people like that game a lot, and then 4 didn't have a story. It just
What
had
was Cold War Black Ops 5?
yeah, they just didn't call it 5. That's why they're calling it this one 6.
Hmm.
So yeah, Cold War, I don't think a lot of people like that one. And then 4 had multiplayer and
That's
then like the
great.
blackout mode, which was the Warzone before Warzone was Warzone.
Yeah.
um, and that was pretty cool. But yeah, I think a lot of people missed that story, because I mean, they still charge you the same amount, of course, without the story. That was
Of
kinda like
course.
the big controversy with that game. So yeah, I'm excited to see what this looks like. You know, I haven't really cared for Call of Duty in so long that it is what it is at this point. Like, I have no interest in playing Warzone. Um, yeah,
No.
I'm good. So,
I'm just
we'll
hoping
see.
that, back in early 2023, they said, "Oh, we're skipping 2023 Call of Duty to
That's what they
work on the next
said,
one."
yeah.
And I'm
They
hoping, like, they put the Infinity Ward team on Modern Warfare 3 to put out Modern Warfare 3, which is just more of the
not good.
same.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, not good. So they could focus their efforts on, like, creating, like, a really great
yeah,
Black Ops 6,
yeah,
something that really pushes, the Call of Duty forward. Probably not the case, but I'm just hoping that, like, the first COD under Microsoft is, like,
is
is kind
good.
of a win. Yeah, kinda good for them, and, uh, yeah, I'll check it out. It'll be on Game Pass, so there's not a reason not to, but we'll see. I mean, it's good to get the confirmation early. Yeah, that way, we're not wondering, is this coming to Game Pass? What's the deal with these Activision games? So now, like, when we go into, the showcase in June, it's like, okay, now we get something like Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, like, those games are coming to Game Pass rather than us waiting on the announcement of the next Call of Duty.
Yeah,
It's just like additional stuff on top of that.
yeah, yeah. I'm excited. I mean, I'll definitely at least try it now that I can play without having to spend money on it and
Right.
not play the multiplayer. And so it's kind of a not getting the full package. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they do. Like, what do they do with the multiplayer? Is it gonna be shaken up a little bit? I mean, Warzone's always gonna be what Warzone is. I mean, I'm sure they'll add like Black Ops stuff into Warzone. But the actual multiplayer itself, maybe they could do something different. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, Next, this was leaked a couple months ago, but Nintendo came out and confirmed that the Lego Zelda Deku Tree set is coming out September 1st, I believe. Yeah, it looks really. It's a 2-in-1 set, so you can either make the Breath of the Wild Deku Tree or the Ocarina of Time Deku Tree.
Mhm.
Um, really cool looking set. It's a whopping $300.
Yeah, really, like, really low price. I'm glad they went consumer friendly on that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, that's I mean, like Lego sets, I mean, we were talking about before we started the podcast, but yeah, I mean, like Lego is very expensive. It's a very expensive hobby to
Yeah,
get into. Like I think the price point is actually like $10 per like 100 bricks is how they do the pricing on that stuff. So if you have some of these massive,
$10 per 100 bricks.
yeah. So if you have some of these massive sets, like Star Wars has a lot of like big sets that are really expensive. Like I think the Millennium Falcon one is like 1,000 maybe. Like it's very expensive. So
Is that 10 cents a brick?
maybe, yeah, something like that.
Maybe.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know the Lego monopoly we got going on. So yeah, it's really cool. I'm sure. I think the pre-orders are out for it. I'm sure it's sold out
Yeah, I think
instantly.
so.
But
Probably.
it's cool. Hopefully, we get some other smaller stuff to where we don't have to spend so much money to get something Zelda related. Um, but it's cool that got confirmed because it was leaked out a while ago, and now people are speculating that maybe there's an Ocarina of Time remake in the works. I mean that's always been on the board of speculation, but maybe something else is coming. That could be really cool.
Because it's been 13 years since 3D came out.
Yeah, or just port that one over. Like that one's fine. I don't know.
Yeah.
It may not look well. It may not look great, like blown up.
I'd rather them just remake it.
Yeah. So
It's hard to get those 3DS games over.
has there been any 3DS port? Well, I mean, I guess they had like the
I think
Game Boy. I mean, they've
think
done
Luigi's
ports of.
Mansion 2.
Oh yeah, that'd be the. Is that the first one? Like a 3DS game? There's been more than that, right?
I mean, what else?
I don't know.
No Fire Emblems, no. I don't know why I started with Fire Emblem. No Fire Emblems, no Mario Karts, no 2D Marios, 3D Marios, Animal Crossing, no Pokemons. I don't.
This could be the first. There's probably one we're not thinking about, but
I guess a Xenoblade Chronicles.
yeah, but that was a Wii game though.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure there's probably been one, but we just can't think of it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how hard that would be to upscale to 720p, 1080p, whatever, docked and undocked, like, or maybe I think it's like 900p. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm always down for an Ocarina of Time remake or anything. So that would be really cool, and we'll know next month if that's going to be true or not. So very exciting.
Yeah. Okay, I have a list.
Okay.
Hyrule Warriors, which
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
also came out on the 3DS.
Did that come out on
And
that came out on Wii U, right? Too
Wii U
as
and
well.
3DS.
Okay.
So, I mean, you could argue either way. Resident Evil Revelations,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That was a
3DS.
3DS game.
Monster
Good
Hunter
game.
Generations.
Okay. So there's been a few.
There's been a couple, yeah, and then the rest are indie games. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
nothing truly first party from
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Okay. Yeah. I think I would probably prefer them to just do like a straight remake. Because obviously a remaster. I mean, like. Those polygons aren't very good looking at this point.
No.
Even if you added like detail, to the environments, it would still look a little bit rougher on the edges. So
Yeah, pretty ugly.
I would prefer I'd prefer a remake, a proper remake. So yeah, and for them to like include the Ocarina of Time like tree set kind of seems a little bit
weird.
random.
But like I understand it's like kind of canonically related to Ocarina of Time, but it's also been in many other Zelda games.
Yeah, like Deku Tree's been in like most of them. But I guess maybe these two are probably the most iconic versions of the Deku Tree.
Yeah, because what other ones were relevant? Like the Oracle games they had a different tree,
Yeah.
right?
I'm just gonna say the remake is coming out this year, and just that'll be it.
Well, what about Twilight Princess and Wind Waker?
Oh, did they have? Did the Wind Waker have? Yeah, it did have a Deku Tree. Yeah, it had one.
Well, I'm just saying,
Um.
if you're saying the remake to Ocarina of Time is coming this year,
Oh, like
what
where
does
is
that mean
Twilight?
for these two?
Hey, it's coming out too.
Okay.
It's the year of the Zelda, baby.
I don't,
Um.
I don't know if I believe you.
What would you rather have?
Between those three,
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time,
Okay.
no doubt.
'Cause you haven't played it since the 3DS, right? Or did you play?
Yeah, I
I mean,
played
you
it a
played a
little
little
bit
bit on.
on
Okay.
NSO,
Yeah.
but otherwise not since the 3DS. Yeah, I guess at this point, what would you rather have? I mean, you played through
Yeah, I
100%
just
of
played through, yeah, Ocarina of Time. I mean, honestly, probably Ocarina of Time. I mean, that's still one of my favorite games of all time. Like, it's an iconic Zelda game. Um, and if they were doing a proper remake, definitely, because I would love to see that
yeah.
game in, like, very high quality graphics and um, stuff like that, and with the improvements that the 3DS version did to the game. Because I mean, 3DS version looks really good.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I would prefer that, but I'll take anything Zelda. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
As long as it's not anything some dumb multiplayer game.
Triforce Tears too, baby.
Oh god, can you imagine? Ugh. Um, CD Projekt Red is no longer working on Cyberpunk. They have officially moved everybody off um of the game. And let me pull up the article here from IGN. Yeah, it says it revealed in the latest financial results, not a single developer at CD Projekt Red is working on Cyberpunk 2077 for the first time in more than a decade. The
Wow.
studio breaks down the number of employees devoted to each of its mini projects and each financial presentation. And while Cyberpunk 2077 Steam team stood 17 members strong on February 29th, the final group is now nowhere to be seen. So they've all been moved on to other projects, and that makes sense. Like the
Okay.
game had the 2.0 update, Phantom Liberty expansion. A
Bug
lot of people,
fixes, all that stuff, you know?
yeah. I mean, the game's like I mean, it's a game now. Like it's actually a good game, which I need to go back and try it, but I don't know. But yeah, I think that makes sense. I'm surprised I thought they were going to do another expansion, but I guess they were only going to do the one.
No, I think they were always planning, like, either 2 small ones or 1 big one. I
Yeah.
can't remember, but
So yeah, that's cool. They're obviously they've already announced Witcher 4, so they're probably everybody's
working on that.
working on that game. And, hopefully that game can come out and not, be
That'd be
a horrible launch.
broken.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanna go back to Cyberpunk. I'd probably put 15 hours in it,
Yeah.
in
I
the
only
months
put a
when it came out.
couple. I was like, "Eh," and it wasn't even like my game wasn't even that glitchy.
'Cause
I
we were
just
playing on Series
didn't.
X.
Yeah, I just didn't. I wasn't vibing with it. So, I
Yeah,
don't know.
I don't know. I think in 2021, I don't know what it wa I feel like there's, like, a lot of, like, cyberpunk-y stuff. I can't
Yeah.
even think of anything else, but
Well, there was that is the Ascent game, I think, which I don't know if that came out in 2021 or 2022, but that was on Game Pass, and that was like a cyberpunk-ish.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. Like I was just getting like same kind of thing with Fallout, where like I enjoyed. I don't even know if I was even enjoying the world, to be honest. Um,
It
I don't
just
know.
felt
I
like there
just
wasn't a
yeah
good guy in it, you know? Like,
yeah
everyone was kind of an asshole.
yeah. That's kind of
No
like the
winners.
cyberpunk like
It's like, "Oh, you gotta
meta.
Yeah,
The
it's like,
edgy is
will or be killed, you
yeah.
gotta it's like, come on, like
So, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, they've been working on that game for 10 years,
yeah,
and, 3 it's been, came out in what, 20 was it 2020 when that came out, right? 2020?
2020.
Or
Yeah.
was it no, it was 2019, right? No, it
No,
was
it's
2020.
2020.
Okay, yeah, because that
Yeah.
came out, yeah, the December, like, 15th or something, very end of 2020. So yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I know they've got some. Are they also working on The Witcher 1 remake, or is that a different team
I I think not Cyberpunk, I think CD Projekt Red is like, they have a separate team
that's working on that?
working on it. Yeah.
Okay, that'd be interesting to see what that looks like.
Mhm.
And then our last story, it's reportedly that Resident Evil 0 and Code Veronica are also getting remakes, which makes sense. The success of 2, 3, and 4. They've been while a lot of people say 3 was kind of like the lowest point in the remake history so far. I really like 3. I loved how short 3 was. Like I replayed it like 4 or 5 times. So I think they've done a really, really great job with all the remakes.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, who knows? We don't exactly know. Let me pull up the article real quick. It's according to Twitter report by Dusk Golem. I don't know who that is, but
This
who said
guy go ahead,
what?
sorry.
What?
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
you go ahead.
Okay. Who said remakes of Resident Evil 0 and Code Veronica are in development right now. IGN can corroborate that 0 and Code Veronica are the next 2 Resident Evil remakes scheduled to release. Capcom has yet to comment on the reports. And then it just talks about when those games were released. It should come as no surprise to learn that more Resident Evil remakes are on the way after Capcom indicated as much in December last year, although at the time it stopped short of announcing which games would be next.
Hmm.
So, yeah. What were you gonna say about this person? This user?
I'm just saying that they've gone back and forth on Resident Evil 9 of saying it's gonna be announced this summer. Oh,
This
it was
summer
delayed.
delayed, yeah.
Delayed to 2025/2026. Oh, it's gonna be announced in the next presentation. Oh, it's been delayed again. I don't know. I don't know if I should believe the Zero and Code Veronica stuff.
Yeah.
My hunch was that 5 would be next. Just
Yeah.
thinking, purely numerically. But
Yeah, that would make sense. History
but like
tells us
but
anything.
the ending of 4 kind of sets up
5, yeah.
5. Yeah, yeah. Um, so that's what I would think, but maybe Code Veronica and Zero or smaller remakes
Yeah,
take
that's what I was
time.
thinking, maybe they're a little bit smaller, but
Yeah. So, I don't know. All I do know is there's gonna be a lot of Resident Evil stuff coming,
yeah.
whether it's Resident Evil 9 or Code Veronica, 0, 5. There's gonna be a lot.
How are you feeling about Resident Evil 9? Is that you think that's gonna continue on the first person train? Or would you want them to go back to, like, a third person? Because I mean, like, the Ethan Winters stuff is done, like, his story is concluded, um, especially with the Winters expansion. Um,
Right. I
I don't know.
see,
I kinda if they were to do another one, like, I would want it to be on the same scariness level as maybe 7. Like, I think 7 was I think 8 was the better playing game, but
yeah,
7 was, like, atmospherically, I thought it was a lot better.
yeah. See, the thing is, like, I didn't love the expansion or the DLC for
Yeah, it
8.
was not great.
It didn't play that well in third person,
Yeah.
and I was thinking back, like, do have the other Resident Evil games played well in third person?
Well, like 4 plays really good.
I mean, okay, 4 being the exception, and Remake obviously plays very well.
Yeah.
4, the OG played well for the time, like, for its time.
Yeah.
5 still 5 still had the tank controls, right?
No, 5 was you could actually I think you could actually move and
You could
shoot,
move.
I believe so.
I don't know. But 6 felt weird to play.
Yeah,
That one just felt, and maybe that was like a sign of the times with cover shooter type stuff.
yeah.
But I was like,
Did
I
did
was
that
just
have
thinking,
did that have cover in it?
yeah, I think so.
Oh,
I might be wrong. I just played through Leon's story.
okay.
So I think Chris Redfield's had like a Gears of War style covered shooterness to it.
I need to play that game. I never actually beat it. I don't think I even beat Leon's story.
Really?
Yeah, well,
I played through it on the Switch. It was
yeah,
very okay.
very okay.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
Uh, I would like to see them give like one more shot at doing a really atmospheric first person Resident Evil, not with Ethan, maybe with a more intriguing character,
Yeah,
but just something that like tries to capture the essence of Resident Evil 7. Not necessarily like in a house, but of that like kind of isolated nature.
yeah.
I don't know.
I could dig with that. I think that'd be cool. Yeah, I really do like the first person games though. Like they are like they feel scarier than like the regular third person stuff.
Yeah, like 4 didn't feel super scary. Like,
Mm.
of course, like we knew kind of
Yeah,
the
we knew.
cadence and the story
Yeah.
beats of it, but 7 just really hit. Like
7 was kind of like the peak of like scary Resident Evil games in my opinion.
yeah,
Like that's like the
and
scariest it's ever been. And 7 had some or 8 had some moments,
like House Beneviento was very scary.
but I don't want them to do like an entire game like that. Like
No,
I like that was a cool part of the
it
story.
was a cool 15 minutes,
Yeah.
however long that section was. But I don't know. It's such a fine line of like of having that upgrade system of okay, you get the pistol and then the shotgun
Yeah.
and then the sniper and the machine gun, and not having the player feel overpowered or like they can take on too much.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it because every Resident Evil has the same feeling to it, where the beginning feels very scary. Even in Resident Evil 4, like you feel very limited in the beginning, but by the end you have a rocket launcher, you have a machine gun, you have everything in your power to take on your foes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, either way, I'm excited for whatever comes next for Resident Evil. Like, I'll play anything at this point. I mean,
Yeah,
their cadence of games it's just been like they haven't had a bad one yet in this remake era, and their 7 and 8 have been both been fantastic. So I'll play whatever. And Capcom really in general, like they just kind of have
they're
nailed their
great.
games for the most part. Um, so yeah, I'm excited. We'll see, and maybe we'll learn about something next month with Summer Games Fest like that. I could see. Is Capcom a part of that?
I think they are. I don't think they have a showcase. I don't think Capcom has like their own showcase this year.
Yeah, because I think they
They're
had one last year, didn't
probably a
they?
part of it. Yeah, they did. They did.
I could definitely see like that could absolutely be like a show closer. Um,
Yeah.
for Jeff Keighley's main. God, that's in 9 days too. Jeez, wow.
What is it?
Uh,
June 7th? June 6th?
yeah, June 7th is the kickoff day, and
Dang.
then Day of the Devs after, which hopefully we'll see some cool stuff there. Um, yeah, and then let's see what else is going. Future of Play Direct. I don't know exactly what that's. Wholesome Direct, an indie showcase celebrating emotionally resonant video games that inspire optimism, joy, and introspection. Latin American Games Showcase. Okay.
Okay, so Capcom is a
Women-led
partner.
studios. They are a partner. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I could see Resident Evil closing the show.
Whether it's a
Oh yeah,
remake or
yeah, yeah,
something
either
else.
one. Um, yeah, Capcom.
I'm
Xbox
excited
obviously to get
for
there, Ubisoft.
Bloomhouse Games, and I don't know
What is
why, but I don't know if they've made a game before, but Bloomhouse does a
they're
lot
like
of
the
horror
horror
games.
studio, right?
Yeah, yeah. So hopefully they do something really cool.
Do they have a confirmed
I don't even know if they have a confirmed game.
Bloomhouse game? Let me look at this article. Bloomhouse Games will initially prioritize new ideas rather than existing IPs, says Jace. Okay, so that's gonna be new IPs versus their already stuff. Oh yeah, because they did like Insidious and Paranormal Activity, Purge, Megan. Okay, so they've done a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, that could be exciting. Like I'm always down for um a good horror game.
yeah,
And then PlayStation's also part of this too, which is interesting. I don't think they've been part of. Well, no, they had the Last of Us 2 or the Last of Us remake announcement that closed the show.
right. But
So
God,
I
hopefully
wonder if they'll have their yeah, that was horrible. It was
that was
dark
missed.
times. Um, yeah, I wonder if they'll have their own direct then if they're going to be here or their own state of play.
I think they'll have a state of play next week.
You think so?
This week or next week, just getting some stuff out. I don't think it'll be like a showcase like their first party stuff.
Okay.
But
Well, that's
I think they'll
yeah,
have
because I
something.
mean next week is when the show when Game Fest starts,
Mhm.
so that could be interesting. Could be very interesting. Hmm. There's a lot of
Xbox also listed as a partner.
yep.
No Nintendo. I'm sure we'll see a direct within the first 2 weeks of June.
Gosh, yeah. I mean, do you think? I don't think they would do it next week. I don't know. I think it's possible. I'm just ready. As soon as June 1st hits, everybody's
The
putting up their
clock starts ticking.
yep. Everybody's it's coming. It's reported it's coming the 5th, June 5th. I've seen people say June 12th. I've seen it all. Let the speculation commence.
Oh yeah, let the clickbait begin. Necro Felipe says Nintendo Direct coming June 12th.
Yep. Nate the Hate on his podcast confirmed the date. We have to we have to take it as gospel
Yeah,
that it's happening, and then it doesn't happen, and then
pray to the gods.
yeah, and then all hell breaks loose. That was such a funny time, man. When, like right before the February direct got announced for their
Oh yeah.
like everybody was like losing their minds. It's like y'all got to stop listening to these people. Like they don't know what they're talking about. They just don't.
It was it was really funny around like the Queen's death.
Oh
When
yeah, yeah.
when there was all that direct talk and then Jeff Grubb was like, "Guys, I think it might be delayed because of
Of the Queen. It's like what?
because of the Queen."
What?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, like I don't outside of like the UK, like I don't think anybody cares about the royal family. Sorry to our UK listeners.
Yeah, sorry guys. We're in the US.
Yeah. Um yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm very it's been such a dry start of the year with I mean, games wise, no, it has not been, but just like the overall news has been so dry and the stuff we have gotten has been so negative with especially with Xbox stuff. I'm just excited for
Yeah.
and normally we would have had a proper direct or whatever for Nintendo, and we got the Xbox One, which was good. PlayStation's been pretty quiet, which makes sense. So they don't have any confirm or they don't have any first party games coming out this year. So just been a slow news cycle right now. So I'm excited to get some announcements going.
Yeah, it's been great for indies, but just pretty dry for the big 3.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, that I believe is going to wrap up the show. Nick, any final remarks before we head out?
Nothing else, man. Hope everyone has a great week.
Yeah. Is there any
Enjoy
other
yourself.
games coming out this is it pretty dry for a little bit? please. Let me try.
I think until Elden Ring.
Is Elden Ring like the next big thing?
I think so. Unless I'm forgetting about something.
Let's see. Because Elden Ring comes out on the 21st.
Yeah.
Let's see. You're looking at it.
Yeah, I think that's
I guess June 4th, the Destiny 2 final shape. That's a big final expansion for Destiny 2. I'm sure that'll get a lot of people back in there. There's the Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance coming on the
coming out
14th.
after or oh, it's before. They moved it up. Okay.
Yep. Which that I saw today on like a screenshot that it may be coming to Game Pass, which is interesting. Still Wakes
Nice.
the Deep comes out on June 18th. I
Ooh,
think that's
I'm
coming to
excited for
Game
that
Pass as
one.
well.
That looks cool.
That's the oil rig horror game.
Yeah.
Um, and then Elden Ring on the 21st, and then Luigi's Mansion 2 on the 27th. That is it. I mean, there's other games, but I don't see anything like notable.
Yeah, nothing like super big in July.
Yeah, Monster Hunter Stories 2. What? That's coming to PS4. That's weird. Okay, PS4. Yeah, Monster Hunter Stories 1 and 2 are coming to
Yeah, because that's getting remastered for
Switch.
the Switch. The first one
Yeah, it's
is at
coming to
least.
Switch, PC, and PS4, and then 2, which is already on the Switch, is coming to PS4.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Cool. Well, we got a lot to look forward to game wise, and then of course the news.
Yeah, a lot of presentations coming up.
Yep, very excited.
Be
Which
excited for.
I think are we gonna try to stream the opening one for Summer Games Fest? I think it's like 5
Is that one?
on
Yeah,
it's on a
yeah.
Friday.
Yeah. I think yeah,
We
let's
we
try
could try to
stream
do
it.
it. I mean, if we
Next
gotta dip
was
out
it next
early,
Friday?
yeah. Yeah, next Friday.
I might be coming to High Point that day.
Okay.
But we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
I'll text you. Yeah.
What are you coming up here for?
We're doing like a high tea thing for Mother's Day. A
Oh, okay.
late Thursday gift. And then we have a engagement party for Chandler. I don't know if
Oh,
have you
okay.
met? Yeah, yeah.
Maybe.
Chandler,
I'll probably have.
fiance. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. We'll figure it out. I think we'll definitely stream the Xbox one, right? I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
that
yeah.
following Sunday. Okay. Sweet. Yeah, I might. I mean, if you can, I may do it and stream it.
Do we know how long that is? Is that
I hope it's
probably
not like a 4-hour
2 hours?
thing. Like I really hope.
I don't think it's like Game Awards length. Probably it's probably
Let's
just a
see.
couple of hours.
Um, it says 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think the ones in the past were like maybe 2 hours, 2.5
Yeah, I
hours,
think
something like
so.
that. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully it's not like I mean, if the announcements are good, then sure. But if it's just a bunch of
But if it's
mediocre
anything we've
announcements with a bunch of
seen from
you said
Summer
what?
Games if it's anything we've seen from Summer Games Fest, it's a really good start, a really bad middle, and an okay finish.
Yeah. And then littered with just garbage ads from these free to play games, live service games. Which
That
you
too.
gotta make your money. I
Gotta make
understand
that
it.
money.
Gotta make that money. Um, but yeah. All right, guys. Well, yeah, we'll be back next week with another podcast at the normal time. We obviously didn't record yesterday for Memorial Day. So yeah, hopefully everyone has a great week. Enjoy Paper Mario and yeah,
Hellblade, Stellar Blade, all the
Hellblade,
blades.
Stellar Blade, all the blades. All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye bye. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Consider subscribing to the channel. I'll let YouTube algorithm pick one of my videos below for you guys to watch. Give it a click, and I hope you enjoy. And I will see you in the next video.